from his rehab starts were not glowing. But he said, man, I come here in my bullpens in an empty stadium, and I get more out of that.
You really do, and he's got to check that last box, which is the adrenaline box, and stay as a pitcher. Don't become a thrower, because when the caliber of your bullets goes up because of the adrenaline, you still need to locate. Before the rubber band broke in 22, his fastball was getting hit around because he was putting so much effort into it. And you can hear this crowd now, Joe.
Welcome back to where you belong. Walker Buehler back on a big league mound. Here he comes, and off we go with a fastball at 96 by Chisholm. For any pitcher getting back in this environment, of course you're going to feed off it, but especially a guy like him, a bulldog and a competitor like him, who lives and thrives off of this environment.
He waits for this. He longs for this. There's no moment too big for him. And at 96, that's above the average fastball when he left the big leagues.
Swatted foul, 1-2.
2021, 2022, averaged a tick over 95 miles an hour when he was on his minor league rehab getting ready for these first 3 pitches. He was averaging only around 92, 93.
But then he'd go in the bullpen and it was 95, 96.
It was a 93 mile an hour two-seamer or changeup, so I think he's feeling froggy.
As he faces Jazz Chisholm leading off this game. On a 2-2 pitch, Chisholm fouls it off. Ouch.
A cutter at 92, and it was a devilish one. Not only with the impact, but look at that late break.
That's the pitch that's felt best to him as he's worked his way back. And he said they've all kind of come and gone, and that's typically how it is for guys coming off long layoffs. Chisholm doing his best to literally rub some dirt on it and get back in there. Another 2-2. Another foul as he drops curve in.
The second pitch was a curveball that slipped out of his hand. That one he makes a good adjustment on. That was a good 2-2 curveball.
Chisholm stays alive, 97 that time.
Just getting loose.
The stakes high for Walker Buehler as for him individually coming off Tommy John, going into free agency at the end of this season. Stakes are high for the Dodgers championship hopes too. The lack of starting pitching, of course, showed up at the end last year. And he could be a key part of this whole thing. His 8th pitch. Another foul ball.
98.
Wow.
I'd say that there's some adrenaline going on out there, and I think he'll maintain it. This is not like a flash in the first inning and then it'll go away. This is what he needed.
Bouncing ball left side, inside the bag. It's fair, and an infield hit for Jazz Chisholm. He earned that. 9 pitches, fouled off several good ones. And he's aboard to open this game.
Designated hitter number 14, Brian De La Cruz.
Nothing you can do about that. Just keep making them either swing and miss or hit it weakly.
Struggling lineup overall, but they are coming off their best day of the year. They scored 12 runs on 14 hits yesterday in a win against the Oakland A's to avoid the sweep there. Brian De La Cruz, their only above average hitter overall this year. Takes strike 1. One ball, 1 strike. Career year, his last full season. Walker Buehler, top 5 in Cy Young voting in 2021. And Tommy John in August of 22 missed all of last year. Tried to come back last year, pitching some minor league games last September, but it just never quite felt right enough to make it all the way back.
22 months is a long time to come back from your second Tommy John surgery, but he'd have been back sooner if there had been baseball.
2-1. 2-2. Good life.
And once the rehab got to a point where he could pitch in a big league game, of course, there were no big league games. And then you go, well, why is he so late in getting started here? Because they're trying to take the workload that they're predicting he'll be able to accomplish and time it up with the playoffs.
Yeah, so you're not going to be able to do a full major league season after missing 2 years. But if that means you got to take a month off, you better have that month off be April as opposed to October.
If you're looking at 25 starts and you're looking at 150 innings, you want those to go all the way to the end.
Another 2-2. There goes Chisholm. Throw from Smith. Not in time. And Chisholm's got a stolen base.
Will Smith has been very good at throwing runners out right now, and he does a nice job releasing this ball accurately out there with a breaking ball in the dirt. Decent jump, a slow pitch to home. Pretty good throw, almost got him.
Chisholm has stole 22 last year, gets his 8th in 9 tries this season. 3-2 to De La Cruz. His shot over second and a base hit into center. Chisholm's headed home, and the Marlins on the board very quickly. Brian De La Cruz with an RBI single, and it's 1-0 Miami.
Third baseman, number 36, Jake Berger.
Fastball up, does a nice job not getting on top. Gets on top of it, hits that line drive.
Jake Berger. It's his return from the injured list tonight. Berger, who's a good hitter, has been out since April 14th with an oblique injury. They acquired him at the deadline last year from Chicago. They had a deal that he was happy to make. White Sox were at the bottom of the standings. Marlins wound up making the playoffs. That is sawed off, and Betts only plays at first. And there's the first out of the inning. You know, Buehler facing the team that he faced for his first major league start in 2018. 5 scoreless innings against a much different looking Marlins team that had Miguel Rojas hitting leadoff for him. And now here's Josh Bell. 2 out of 3, knocked in a couple yesterday for another deadline pickup last year. Buehler's first one is a fastball at the top of the zone. He's gotten ahead of everybody.
You got the first 2 hitters to 2 strikes, just couldn't put them away. That'll be bringing the off-speed stuff along with a change up, the slider, and the curveball.
In on Bell and caught by Muncy. Two gone in the first. Jesus Sanchez to the plate. Walker was so excited to make this start. He said no, he wasn't nervous. It wasn't necessarily nerves. It was just that feeling of having ownership over the game that he's always loved about being a starting pitcher. That curveball's grounded by Lux into right center. And the Marlins with a pair here in the first as Sanchez scores De La Cruz.
The first run was kind of a scratch run that just happens with baseball probability, but this second run the Marlins have earned with a couple of well hit balls.
So now Tim Anderson. Very aggressive, this Marlins team. They've swung at 14 of the first 22 pitches. Yeah, Buehler's been in the zone with his fastball, especially.
Very high swing rate for the Marlins and a very high chase rate. And Walker hasn't been able to really accentuate that yet.
Cutter for a strike, 1-1. 29-year-old from Kentucky fires. This time Anderson lays off, and it's 2-1. A lot has changed in the 2 years. Walker's a new father. His wife Mackenzie gave birth to a baby girl in February named Finley. There goes the runner from first. A swing and a miss. The throw from Smith is into center, but this is going to be interference on Anderson. And that ends the inning. Jesus Sanchez was off and running, but Anderson called for interference. And Skip Schumacher going to come out to argue it, but to no avail. Marlins get a couple in the top of the first. Smith, Max Muncy's back in the lineup. Tasker Hernandez homered twice against the Braves. Pajes, Lux, and Outman finish things up against Roddery Munoz, who makes his third start in the major leagues. Struck out 7 at Wrigley Field in his debut, and then 7 strikeouts again against the Rockies on Wednesday to get his first win. But they step up in competition from there, facing this red-hot Dodger lineup. 8 home runs over the last 2 games for this unit. 2-0 on Betts. They're having this production, even though Mookie, relative to what he's done this year, is in somewhat of a slump. 1 for 12 against Atlanta. The head here 3-0, and Munoz has looked like the guy that couldn't make it through the minors for much of his career because of a lack of command.
6 years in the minors, and he had walked almost a batter every other inning. And in the minors this year, he had a whip, walks and hits to innings pitch of almost 2. So he's pitched in a lot of traffic. But once he got to the big leagues, it was it. He started throwing strikes.
Yeah, 14 strikeouts and 3 walks over his first 2 games. Home Depot getting it done. Ohtani's ranks pretty good. 8 for 12 over the weekend, including the 4-hit, 2-home-run game yesterday. 1 ball, no strikes.
This is definitely the best resumes that Munoz has seen in his life, and it'll be interesting if he can find the plate.
Strike 1. A lot of times a guy goes 5 for 5 balls to open a game. If you're just standing up there, Ohtani was thinking, I'm going to hit this to the moon.
Yeah. Effectively wild, catching the corner there.
And now 1-1 pitch. Ohtani geared up, swing and a miss. 1-2, and that is Munoz's favorite pitch right there, his cutter. The opponent's just 3 for 27 against his hard stuff so far. Just throwing 80% of the time, cutter, fastball, sinker. Betts takes his lead off first, and Munoz comes home to Ohtani with a 1-2 pitch. Ohtani watches ball 2. Oh my goodness! It sounded like a shotgun! Gone again!
There are good hitters, and there are good power hitters, and then there are great hitters with power.
And the game is tied just like that. Ohtani with his 4th home run in his last 9 at-bats. His major league leading 11th this year. Freddie Freeman in the air to center field, sending Chisholm to the track. To the wall. Goodbye! They take the lead just like that. in with his third and his 39th against Miami. All those years in the division as a Brave. 3 batters in, it's 3-2.
Power pitcher meet power batters, and it was a good equation for the Dodgers.
Two on Will Smith. They're talking about how much he throws his hard stuff. Well, Dodgers the #1 team in baseball hitting the hard stuff, and especially good in this 11-2 run, as they've made it a team-wide focus to be better against fastballs, to be more aggressive looking for them.
Those fastballs were pretty much in the same place too. They were up and they didn't miss them. They didn't pop them up. They didn't let the bat get knocked out of their hand.
Smith pokes it to right. Sanchez for the first out. Another look at both home runs.
Well, check the location of this pitch right here that Ohtani hits at 96, up and away in the strike zone. Freddie Freeman up and away, 94. They both deposited out there. Ohtani's a little bit farther. Munoz had 3 earned runs he gave up in his last 2 starts. Gave up 3 earned runs to the Dodgers and 3 batters.
And on Max Muncy, who crushed 3 home runs the last time he was in the lineup. Career high 3 home runs on Saturday night. El Bencho on Sunday. As they faced off with a lefty and Max Fried. 1 ball, 1 strike. Best part about those 3 home runs, besides the fact that he hit 3 in 1 game simply, is that he hit 1 to center and he also hit 1 to left. It was his first opposite field home run this year, and out of the 65 that he's hit since his elbow injury, only his 5th to the opposite field. 1-2 pitch. It's full. So now 10 home runs in the last 2+ games. And a walk from Muncy. Home runs in their last 16 innings.
The power has definitely been there, and it hasn't been just the offense for these Dodgers in this hot streak. It has been both the pitching. The starting pitching has been outstanding. An ERA around 2 over the last dozen games, and then the bullpen is an ERA around 1 in the last dozen games or so. This is a juggernaut that Miami is running into. You were so right when you heard the sound of the crack of the bat. It sounded different.
And it goes places you're not supposed to be able to go. They're asking his teammates about the home runs yesterday. Miguel Rojas says, I have to hit it twice to get it to where he hit it. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Got a couple home runs himself the last 3 games. Out in front of the first pitch. 8 total, puts him 3rd in the National League. He's 6th in runs batted in. And on an 0-1 pitch, takes low.
Two breaking balls to start this count from a guy who throws 80% hard stuff.
Line drive left field, Gordon.
On time right there, 94-mile-an-hour two-seamer. He's going to have to land some off-speed pitches a little bit more often to get the Dodgers off of him.
Rookie matchup here. Andy Pages had a tough day yesterday, snapping a 10-game hitting streak. Still, though, leads all rookies with that .319 average. One ball, one strike. Ohtani's home run, by the way, traveled 441 feet, third longest by a Dodger this year. You can probably make a guess who hit the two that were longer. Also him. Including the one yesterday, 464. Second longest one in the big leagues this year. The other one was that missile that he hit in Washington, start of the last road trip. 1-2. Pages digs it out and stays alive. And he was 0 for 4 yesterday, but he had 6 hits the first 2 games against the Braves, including the game winner on Friday night. On this 1-2, he has good take.
Really good take. He's already established himself as a guy who will swing and make contact, and is a pretty good bad ball hitter. But that was a very good take.
2-2. Pages swings and misses at the high fastball. And that ends the inning. Dodgers score 3 runs before Munoz gets it out. Shohei Ohtani does it again. His 11th to lead the majors. Freddie Freeman gives him the lead, and Walker Buehler saying, I like pitching for the Dodgers. Gave up 2 runs in his first inning in a couple years. Bottom of the order, Nick Gordon, who's coming off the game of his career yesterday. He went into the game 3 for his last 34. And proceeded to go 4 for 4. Said that he was talking with some teammates after they got beat 20-4 on Saturday night. Like, man, something's got to change. What can we do differently? They're talking about different approach. Granted, they can't pitch, give up 20 runs. But he said he took some of those things they were talking about and applied them and had that career day. Little swing adjustment, but mostly he said just a little shift in mindset, a little shift in intent. And a former Minnesota Twin in his first year in Miami. Waits on the 1-2 from Buehler.
Excellent pitch. Walker out there right now thinking he wants to have a 1-2-3 inning, a nice quick inning. Get that first inning in a couple years under his belt and behind him.
He's gotten 2 strikes on a lot of hitters, but just hasn't had that put-away pitch yet.
Not quite yet. Sticking with a lot of firm stuff. We've only seen a couple curveballs, maybe 1 slider.
High fly ball, deep right field. Pages going back to the track, to the wall, off his glove and gone. And it's tied at 3. It would have been a tremendous catch, but it's in and out of his glove and over the wall, and Gordon's got a home run for the 2nd day in a row.
It wasn't the full leaping ability of Andy Pages. He kind of gets stuck against the wall, and this ball deflects off his glove and over. If he gets a full jump, I think he catches it easily. But you can see he got stuck and got too close to the wall and gets stuck a little bit, and the glove hits, and a little bit more momentum and a little higher leap, and I think he knows he could have caught that.
So tied again, and Vidal Brujan, who they got from the Tampa Bay Rays this offseason, and has been their hottest hitter, 424 over his last 10 games. And get more of an opportunity with Luis Arraez now in San Diego. Boy, what a Saturday it was for the Marlins. They trade Arise and see him get 4 hits in his first game with the Padres while they're giving up 20 runs to the A's. Talk about a low point. On a hop, Freeman's got it. 1 away in the second. Oh, beg your pardon. Buehler can't hang on. 1 aboard in the second.
I was just about to say that there have been 6 runs and 7 outs, but now we can still say there are 6 runs so far and only 6 outs.
So Brujan's on with an E1. Numbers for Walker Buehler in his minor league rehab starts. Made 6 of them across different levels. Downstairs with the first pitch to Nick Fortes. Runner takes off again. Smith throws. This time he got him. Brujan wiped off the bases.
Will Smith, really good. Boy, that is a great release and very accurate arm, and we've seen a lot of that. He's hovering right around 50% in throwing runners out this year. He's near the top of the heap.
Only Gabby Moreno's been better. Gold Glover. And then Moreno. 3-0 on Fortes. Another look at it.
Footwork. Great exchange from the glove to the throwing hand, weight shift, everything accurate, including the arm.
Back in the count at 3-2. Backwards from how it's been for most of the hitters so far. Fell behind, he's battled back. And now he comes home with a payoff pitch. And gets his first strikeout.
Settles in there, gets back in the count with a couple of 2-seamers and rings him up with one on the outside corner.
If he and the Dodgers strike out 7 in this game, everybody gets a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink tomorrow. Dodgers and Marlins tied at 3, second inning. Back to the top, and Jazz Chisholm showed bunt, took a ball at an infield hit on the 9th pitch of his at-bat to open the game. He fouled off a bunch of good pitches. Former All-Star, former shining future of the Marlins, who just has not been able to stay healthy. Out of the Bahamas. Ahead 3-0.
Little rhythm issue right now. A few of the pitches pulled, and then that one he just kind of came underneath. Be patient with the delivery. You got to wait for that landing foot to land, and it's like you throw the ball about 1 heartbeat after you land. If you do it early, it gets a little erratic. You just don't want to fire until you land. If you do it right as your foot is landing, you just kind of throw everything out of sync, and it's a lot more arm and inaccurate.
Downhill with a 3-2 and another foul. The payoff. Hooked into right center field. That's headed for the gap, and extra bases for Chisholm. He's 2 for 2 and a second with a double.
Both starting pitchers having trouble finding something off speed to get the hitters off of them. So the timing is pretty good at the plate, and if they can find the barrel, they're hitting it hard. Looked like a 91-mile-an-hour slider that really didn't have much break. And so the bat speed is there, and so is the barrel.
So 48 pitches already into this outing for Buehler. 3 in the bank on 5 hits for Miami. Brian De La Cruz, who knocked in their first run. Fly to right. Pages. Marlins tie it. Middle 2, 3-3.
Ballpark app today.
Dodgers and Marlins are tied at 3 as we go to the bottom of the second and bottom of the order. 8-9-1 against Munoz. Gavin Lux. So many left-handed starters Dodgers have faced lately. Lux and Outman haven't played a ton. Lux, when he has played, has been hitting well, above 300 over his last 6 games. No balls, 2 strikes.
We talk about the position change of Mookie Betts not affecting his offense. I don't think it's really affected Gavin Lux's offense either. I think it's more rust, and he hasn't played in a while. He's got to get back into a rhythm, fight through a slump, just kind of get into the grind. When you've been out for a while, you have to come back and pick up on the speed of the game, pick up on the rhythm of the season. Trying to feel the same and look the same and have the same approach every single day and get back into those habits. And a lot of those habits are mental as much as they are physical.
He's worked the count full, and on this payoff pitch, shatters his bat. He'll need a new one, I'd say.
Yep. Back in the day, our bullpen coach, Mark Cressy, would take those bats and turn them into lamps. Cut them off at the break, have just the barrel, has your name on it, and make a lamp for you. He also turned it into a business making lamps. So when anybody broke a bat, somebody would always yell, "Lamp!"
Another 3-2 comes home. Lux takes ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Already the 3rd one issued by Munoz. And again, this was the deal with him coming up through the minors, why he never quite cracked through, even with this stuff you see, which is pretty live.
33.
First 2 starts in the big leagues, walk 3 total. And the 3 of them over an inning plus tonight. Yeah, so that ERA in the minors, 8.62. He started his season in AAA. He was 0-3 with an 8.62 ERA, and he gets called into the manager's office, and he's thinking, uh-oh, I'm on my way out. They sit him down, and they say, Roddery, you're going to the big leagues.
Well, you got to think, is this an April Fool's joke?
Right. He's not that far off.
Exactly.
0-2. Sort of the state of things for these Marlins, though. The strength should be the starting pitching, but they've got a couple guys that have undergone Tommy John surgery, studs that have undergone Tommy John. They have another 3 that are on the IL currently. The farm system is not deep, and so it allows a guy like this to get a chance where the organizations he had been in, that wasn't happening. He was with Atlanta originally and did get called up last summer. But imagine getting called up and then not pitching and getting sent back down. That happened to him, and he didn't get called up again. Atlanta got rid of him. He goes from Atlanta to Washington in the minors for a short time. Washington dumps him. Pittsburgh picks him up for a few days. Then Miami acquires him. And that's where he ultimately gets his first shot here at the age of 24. Fires the 1-2 to Outman, who takes it low. James is looking for his first hit in 10 days. Got to go back to Toronto, the Friday game. Find his last hit. Now that's partially because, like with Lux, he just hasn't played much. He's only played in 3 games since then. The 2-2. Hit hard, right center field, way back there. Kiss it goodbye. James Outman with a long home run to put the Dodgers back in front.
Home runs pretty much seem like the whole Dodger offense, and that's okay when everybody's hitting them. Now Outman hits them. Their last 11 runs that they have scored have all come via the home run. And the last 16 of 21 have come from the home run.
James's first home run in nearly a month. With a clean shave, a fresh-faced look, and a fresh outlook on life. Bottom of the order gets it done. 5-3 Dodgers. Betts, big swing and a little side-spinning cue shot to second that Brujan throws him out. You know, one of the themes, Oral, during this run where they've won 11 of 13 has been the bottom of the order has been the best, not just improved, but the best in the National League.
Hitting a little bit above 250, but that's enough contribution when the top of the order is doing a whale of a job just to be able to turn the lineup over and pitch in a little bit.
Ohtani has 8 hits in his last 9 at-bats, including 4 home runs. Wow. Six for his last 6, 3 home runs. Really doesn't matter how you slice it.
No.
Otherworldly.
And those, they're not bloopers.
No.
He's hitting the ball hard.
Nice pitch right there. Two-seamer dives back in to get him.
Hall of Fame pitch. That's probably going to get what will be a Hall of Famer out.
Two out in the second. Already 8 runs in this game. Freddie Freeman contributed one of them. Gave the Dodgers their first lead last inning with a home run. Extended his on-base streak in the same swing. 15 games. And it's not just been on base. He's been hitting for more power over that 15-game on-base streak. On this 1-1 from Munoz, Freeman fouls it into the glove. 1-2. Pop up left side. Berger is out into shallow left field, and he's got it. That'll do it for the Dodgers in the second, but Lux walks and Outman homers. 8 and 9 in the order getting their shot today, and the Dodgers are back in front. Dodgers with a 5-3 lead to the top of the third. Walker Buehler back to work. Jake Burger strike one, and so the second and the third. Buehler's gone out there, and after giving something up, finds himself with the lead. Ahead 0-2. Two in the first, 1 in the second for the Marlins. Dodgers got 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Yeah, Buehler comes home to Burger with an 0-2. As Walker makes his return tonight, we're joined by Clayton Kershaw down in that Dodger dugout. Hey, Clayton.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. Fun to watch Walker. I know he's giving up some runs and stuff, but the velo looks great, and honestly, I think it looks pretty good. Obviously, it's a little rusty, not pitching in 2 years, but overall, I hope he's encouraged. It's better than I know what he's been throwing in the minor league, so I think it's good.
Yeah, from up here and watching on the monitor, it looks like it's the off-speed stuff that he can't slow him down with, but the firm stuff looks good.
Yeah, it was crazy, that one curveball he threw in the first that Sanchez stayed on. He hadn't even thrown one yet. So, yeah, there's probably some stuff there that he can work on, but the fastball, sinker, cutter are all good pitches. But, yeah, like you said, Orel, if he could get something to slow him down a little bit, I think he'd be in great shape.
Got a strike 3 called there on Burger. His second K. Josh Bell to the plate takes high. He was saying, Clayton, that he could only get so much out of the rehab starts going down to AAA, and he felt like he was getting more out of just his side sessions up here. Anything to that?
There is something about the atmosphere here, whether it's a bullpen or playing catch. I know, when I come here as opposed to throwing at home, there is a difference. Just being around a big league team, no doubt. But, the rehab starts are a necessary evil because you got to get your pitch count up. You got to do all those. You got to check all those boxes. And so he knows that. But I do understand where he's coming from as far as throwing pins and being around the guys. There's something to be said for that. And, I know for me, just getting going in the rehab process with bullpens and stuff, it is really nice to be around the group and, have the feedback and good catchers, great mounds, all that stuff, and be at Dodger Stadium. There's just like as the kids say, a vibe here,
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
1-2 to Bell. Got him. Back-to-back Ks.
Good pitch.
Well, you transitioned us perfectly to the subject of how's it going with your throwing.
Yeah, it's going good. I think it was 6 months to the day on last Friday, throwing a pin, and that was kind of my plan all along, was to be off the mound at 6 months. And so now, just it's however long it takes to get to throw 100 pitches, and so obviously there's a few steps along the way, but, every step of the way so far has been great. And it's been fun to be able to throw hard again, or hard-ish, I guess, and try to creep up in the velo a little bit and get ready to go.
Jesus Sanchez here after the back-to-back Ks. 2 up and 2 down in this third inning. Buehler comes back home and misses low. So can you tell us what hard is?
I don't know yet. I know it's not how hard Walker's throwing, that's for sure.
But popping 97s out there?
Yeah, I don't know if shoulder surgery is that magical.
Cue shot through the left side and a base hit for Sanchez.
It gives us a chance to ask you about the hottest hitter right now. What's it like to watch Ohtani?
Man, I don't remember him even being this good in Anaheim. Like you look up and you watch the highlights, but I don't remember him ever being on this kind of tear. This is unbelievable. Every ball that he hits he's just so strong. I don't get it. I don't think anybody does how he does it. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Is it a different sound down there in the dugout like it is on the broadcast?
It's loud. We have some guys that can hit the ball pretty hard, but I think consistently, what he can do is pretty amazing. And, the balls that he's hitting, 115, 118, 120, there's not too many guys around the game that can do that.
The one that he hit yesterday to left center field is the 3rd longest home run in this ballpark in the last decade. And left-handed hitter hitting it over there where the righties hit it if they're crazy powerful.
Yeah, that's a nice thing, nice problem to have, to be able to just hit it out anywhere at any time. It's been fun to watch. I didn't realize, I knew he had incredible power, but I didn't realize, like, he's a really good hitter. Being able to stay through balls, adjust the swing, get hits on some pitches that most guys wouldn't be able to get hits on. Obviously he's going to hit the mistakes, but hitting good pitches and hitting velo, hitting lefties, all that stuff, he's been really impressive.
2-1 on Tim Anderson. Dodgers up 5-3 here in the third.
Oral, how are those changeups? I know he hit a ground ball that Sanchez hit, but that one looked like it had some depth, the one that Sanchez hit through the hole. It looked all right?
Yeah, it looks okay. It doesn't look like it was before.
Got you.
Let's see, good hands.
That was a slider right there.
Yeah. The bite on the off-speed stuff, and it's not consistent yet.
Yeah, gotcha.
Clayton, good to visit with you. We'll do it again soon.
In row, visit Dodgers.com/ticketpacks.
Roddery Munoz to Will Smith, strike one. Dodgers with 3 in the first and 2 in the second. Already a couple home runs. Already 3 home runs. Ohtani, Freeman, and Outman. First time through the lineup against Munoz. Into center field, and a diving catch by Jazz Chisholm. Converted infielder in his second season out there, makes a good play.
Really nice play, and this is the speed. It's the read on the full swing off the end of the bat a little bit, but he makes a nice break and then uses that speed. That is one of the hardest plays for a center fielder, because you don't have that third dimension to know where to run to.
Muncy with one away, takes it at the top of the zone for a strike. Fly ball right field, hooked it off the end of the barrel a little bit, and Sanchez will put it away. Hernandez hit it hard his first time, caught in left field though by Gordon. Leans out over the plate and still gets enough to drive this ball halfway up the pavilion. It's number 9 for Teoscar Hernandez in his third of the homestand.
The average has taken a hit lately, but the slug has not. When he's gotten it, he's hitting it hard. Wow. That is full extension, perfect timing. Fun to watch hit, and especially in a Dodger uniform.
It's fun to watch have fun. Andy Pages jumps on the next pitch, bangs it into left field for a base hit of his own. Dodgers have hit 12 home runs in their last 18 innings. And it's already back to Lux. I feel like he was just up there.
I thought both starting pitchers were both going to settle in here after the 8 runs in the first 2 innings, but 2 outs here, they just keep coming at him. Walker Buehler settle in, but not here.
Lux started things last inning with a walk.
Contagious smile.
The 1-1.
Good take right there.
Comes back to get him. We've seen that two-seamer move like that on a couple left-handed hitters to get strikeouts for Munoz, but it's another inning with a home run. 3 innings. They've all contained home runs. 4 total for the Dodgers already, and they lead 6-3. 3 runs on 6 hits against Walker Buehler so far, who comes back home to Nick Gordon. Strike 1. First start for him in 23 months. Back to June of 2022. Curveball, check swing from Gordon. No swing, 1 ball, 1 strike. Back and bigger than ever, and has good reason for the added weight. He said, my elbow keeps breaking, and I figured it was time to put a little weight around the elbow to help protect it. Down the left field line, long run, and out of play. Just kind of his violent style of throwing. He has a wiry frame naturally, and so he feels like adding weight is a way to sort of add a layer of protection around all those limbs.
I think he's got it right. The more stable you can make that joint, and the less vibration that he gets from the strength, because when you go down the mound, that impact into the mound, you don't want a lot of vibration coming up through your body. You want stabilization and strength.
He said, I don't want to change who I am or how I pitch. I just want to maximize my chances of staying healthy so I can pitch, so I can be whatever version of myself that lines up being. Hammer right there to get Gordon swinging. Nice to see that one come along.
There's going to be plenty of opportunity to lower your ERA, but when you start the season now and you want to think about the end of the year, this is a W that he wants to get. He wants to get through this inning and the next inning with the lead. And then if he gets taken out, he's still got a chance to collect that W.
He struck out 3 of the last 5. He gets a strike on Vidal Brujan. Strike 2. There were questions about where his velocity would be. And there were some thoughts that he would be geared up, being back in front of the several deck stadium, and he's actually averaged faster than he did his last 2 healthy seasons tonight. Brujan saying that he got hit, and home plate umpire Mark Ripperger says, I think he did too.
They're going to take a look in the Dodger dugout, hear what they think as far as a replay. It sounded like he got hit. Off the knee, maybe. Definitely hits Will Smith's mask.
Number 4, Nick Gordon.
Play on, looking for a double play ball.
So Brujan's on for the second time with a little bit of help. He reached on an error the first time and now gets hit. Then it's Fortes. Catcher for the Marlins takes a strike, 1-1. Struck out looking his first time, averaged down to 138. And lifetime against LA, 0 for 24. Please don't get a hit on the next pitch after I say that.
Broadcaster jinx.
Yeah. Just bad timing.
Exactly. There's no such thing.
2-1. Up the middle. Lux gets there. To second for one. Betts to first, and there's that double play you were looking for.
Off the end of the bat, but well done up the middle by that combo. Lux to Betts to Freeman for 2, and that keeps Walker Buehler's pitch count in order and maybe giving him a chance to finish 5 innings with a lead and get a Dodger W. That'd be a 22-month wait.
James Outman watches this one pop the mitt, but inside and ball 1. He hit a home run his first time up. Longest one of his career, by the way, 437 feet. We're talking about how he's shown some signs during batting practice, and a lot of nights lately, just given all the lefties they've faced, that's been his only chance to show what he's got. But Dave Roberts loudly supporting what he's seen during BP, affirming the work that James is putting in. Dave has such a good pulse for what his voice means and what he can move by just showing a guy a little bit of love like that.
Well, in Dave's role as a player, not always a star, right? Sometimes a bench player, utility player. So he knows what it's like to be lonely and to be longing to be in there.
Hits it hard again down the right field line. Hooking foul. Let's take a look at the home run that he hit on StatCast. 437.
StatCast Outman is strong.
Yeah, real Outman strong. StatCast Sky, pretty. Look at that.
Very nice. Oh, Perry comes around.
Yeah.
Didn't let him touch home. Doesn't count. You get a triple.
Yeah.
StatCast Sky, pretty. You're a funny guy.
Hey, you're funny too, man. We should have used that today when we did the compliment thing.
Oh my gosh. I couldn't believe they said, we need you to touch toes so we can feel the vibration.
Wow, strike
we got to tell people what this is about.
Yeah, so for the folks that have seen the Ohtani and Yamamoto one has gone around the most, probably where they sit face to face and compliment each other, and whoever cracks first loses.
Yeah.
Well, they had the two of us do it today, and we're terrible at it.
But didn't last very long, did it?
No.
That will be slightly embarrassing when they put that up on the big screen.
Betts yanks a line drive, base hit to left. On for the second time today. And on for Ohtani. Time now for our Nissan Aria electric performance. Dodgers went back-to-back in the first inning. Ohtani tied it with a 2-run home run, and then Freeman gave him the lead.
Both on high and away fastballs, one at about 96, one in this one about 94 miles an hour. He turns around just enough back to back.
That's a strike, 1-1. Took strike 3 called on a 2-seamer his last time. It snapped a 6-for-6 run. 3 of those 6 hits, homers. Ohtani smacks one through the right side and has another hit. 7 of his last 8, 9 of his last 11. Awe-inspiring.
If he doesn't hit it hard, you're surprised. And this is another hard hit ball. This finds a lot of holes when it's one hop by the infielders.
At the corners, one away for Freeman, who hit his 39th home run against Miami. It's more than he's hit against anybody. On 1-0, Freeman hits it off the hands to third. Jake Berger's got it.
That's rare that Freddie doesn't drive in a run with one runners in scoring position. Hit .333 with wrist. One of the top 20 in the National League, and that is a disappointed Freddie Freeman walking back to the dugout.
Two on, two out, and Will Smith is the hitter. Will has a chance to extend his hitting streak to a career best 9 games today. Almost did it his last time up. He got robbed. Diving catch in center field by Chisholm.
4th inning, he's the only Dodger that hasn't reached yet. I'm going to say they all end up reaching.
He's a good candidate. You need one. Ryan Yarborough's getting loose. Walker Buehler's gone 4 innings so far. Looks like maybe Yarborough ready to take over in the 5th.
Buehler saying, sit down, please.
Yeah.
A mighty cut there. To the point where he lost his balance. You don't see that very often.
Here's the 1-2. Ohtani runs and has a stolen base without a throw. Eight for 8. Add that to the many things that he's doing. Second and third, 2 away. 2-2 to Smith is lifted to center field, and he just missed this one. Chisholm's there to end the 4th. Dodgers 6, Marlins 3. On to the 5th we go. Walker Buehler has checked one huge box, making his return to the major leagues, and of course he'll grind away at it and probably not be entirely happy with it, but deep down he's got to be so thrilled to be back out there and having done whatever it is that he did tonight.
It'll be about how he feels tomorrow, right? But yes, he checked the box. He's back, and I know he'll be grinding on it. As competitive as he is and as high a bar as he sets for himself, he'll be fine. It's the work and the grind you've got to go through.
Hands it over to Yarborough at the top of the Marlins order here in the 5th. Chisholm was 2 for 2 against Buehler. 1 ball and 1 strike. Ryan Yarborough has been a key piece, and you figured he would be when you looked at how the rotation was constructed coming into the year. Some guys that were still building up.
He's been outstanding his last 18 innings, 2.5 ERA. He's got the 5th best hard hit percentage against in the big leagues. And we know he doesn't throw hard. So how's that? Well, he changes speeds. He hits spots. He's got a devilish curveball that actually has the lowest batting average against in the big leagues also.
0.98. 1-2.
There it is.
Sweepy.
Very. You could clean the whole room with that broom.
1 push. They should make room-size brooms. It would help if the room was empty, I suppose, if you're going to use that.
Yeah.
Fly to center field for Outman.
You don't have to always finish that thought.
I'm thinking through it, and it started to feel less and less like a good idea.
It actually sounded like something I would say.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Well, besides being a guy that can give him some length here, he's valuable against the Marlins, and that he uses his left hand because the Marlins are bad against lefties. Brian De La Cruz, 1 out of 2, knocked in a run, scored a run in the 1st inning. In the air to center field for James Outman. He'll flag it down, 2 away.
Nothing intimidating, but he gets out. And Guys who face him and he sees them for 3 or 4 at-bats for some reason, he will be the guy that gives them a comfortable collar. Because there is nothing that you don't see, you just can't put good wood on it.
Berger.
There's the changeup at 77. His sinker, his firmest pitch, averages 85.8 miles an hour, and it's the second slowest sinker, two-seamer, in the big leagues. 84-mile-an-hour cutter going the opposite direction of that changeup. So he changed speed 7 miles an hour, and he changed directions and sides of the plate. What's he got for him now?
Almost a Schinberger.
I see what you did there. It was kind of cheesy.
Hey. Got him swinging. 1, 2, 3 against the top of the order for Ryan Yarbrough, and we're halfway home in a 6-3 game.
Monday, May 20th against the Diamondbacks, and get an exclusive Hawaiian shirt. Don't miss out on this National League West battle. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/ticketpacks.
Muncy, Teoscar Hernandez, Andy Pages coming up in this inning. Dodgers have 6 runs on 7 hits. 4 of those 7 hits home runs. That gives them 12 over the last 3 games. Muncy, who has walked and flied out today, is ahead 2-1. The first of 3 between these teams tonight. Tomorrow it's going to be Yoshi Yamamoto for the Dodgers, Edward Cabrera for the Marlins. And then a noon game on Wednesday, Gavin Stone, Ryan Weathers. Ryan Weathers, the former Padres top prospect. And you're talking during the pregame show about this being a potential trap series coming off of the big one against Atlanta, the road trip coming up, division road trip at San Diego, at San Francisco. Strike 3 called on Muncy. So far, so good handling that trap or avoiding it.
Yeah, really good. And I thought that having Walker Buehler making his comeback tonight would give the team a little bit of buzz and concentration, kind of not staring across against who they're playing, but who's on the mound, and you want to support them. And they came to support him.
Teoscar is one of the home runs tonight, fouls it off.
It was fun to interview Clayton. I got a few texts from friends who are like, those are such good interviews. They wish he would come on more often. I'm like, easy, friends. Top security, okay? Easy. Let's root for him to come back and be healthy and pitch for a long time.
I mean, he's only pitching every 5th day, though.
Oh, come on. All right. I'll cut back to once a week. He's great, and he would be a great broadcaster.
I'm working on him.
Great broadcaster. Knows the game inside and out, knows the life inside and out, has been to the top, has fought back from injury. And he's so articulate.
And at his core, just loves to talk baseball.
Yes, he does.
That's what's so great about those interviews. I think it's a window into that just boyhood love of the game.
Mm-hmm. And loves his teammates and loves teamwork. You know, everything about being part of a team.
Hernandez into left field. A diving try by Gordon, and the Marlins have played some sharp defense out there tonight. Chisholm and Gordon both with diving grabs.
Both with really high difficulty catches because the line drives are right at them. So the reaction, then the route, and then understanding how far and where you got to go and if you need the dive, and that is perfect, every part of it. Right down to the last inch, he makes that catch.
Two retired in the fifth for Paez, who was over his last 5 with 4 Ks before he came up in the 3rd inning and slapped a single on the first pitch that he saw.
That 0 for 5 had taken his average down to 319. Now that base hit back up to 324. Yes, you're talking about a young man that just arrived, and he looks like he's been here a while.
That, by the way, was already the 100th pitch from the first Roddery in Major League history.
Roddery has big league stuff. He needs to find some big league command, and it might just be control he needs just to be able to throw strikes. Command is sides of the plate and landing your breaking ball consistently. Control is just strikes, and with this arm it might need just to be strikes, and especially strikes with something off speed, something that he could throw 87 to 90 miles an hour. If he could get it down to 84, that would be exceptional.
Home with the payoff to Paez. Pops it up. That is out of play. Paez, as good as he's been, 324 with power. He's yet to draw a walk.
He keeps that up, he's going to set a record for beginning a big league career without a walk and number of at-bats.
Oh, did he do it? He did. Paez has taken the walk.
It's the positive broadcast jinx.
Yeah, that's the biggest smile we've seen from him.
That's a good check swing. Legit, not even gray.
Does it in his 80th plate appearance. It's the 3rd longest streak to open a career in Dodger history without drawing a walk.
Get the ball.
Zach Taylor, Overton, Schremper, Andy Paez, that list. New pitcher coming in for the Marlins in a 6-3 game.
Versus those Arizona Diamondbacks, and be one of the first 40,000 fans in attendance to receive an exclusive Mookie Betts bobblehead presented by Spectrum. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Dodgers up 6-3 into the bullpen. They've tapped. Eli Villalobos comes on for his 2nd big league appearance. Made his debut over the weekend in Oakland. His parents are on a cruise right now, so they couldn't get to the debut. But as soon as they get here, he's going to give him the ball from his debut, which was a successful one. Pitched a scoreless inning. Lux flies it foul, 0-2. From nearby La Habra, California. In the northwest corner of Orange County. to Long Beach State. 14th round draft pick from there. 6 minor league seasons before cracking through. Here's 1-2 to Gavin Lux. Outside, count evens 2-2.
Doesn't throw that change very often as far as from his track record. It's mostly fastball, cutter, curveball.
Did he go? He did. So Villalobos comes on and strikes out Lux to finish off the Dodgers in the 5th. They have a 6-3 lead to the 6th.
Walker Buehler to the rotation, but there have also been some big arms that are dealing with some injuries at the moment. Ryan Brazier has a calf strain. Dave Roberts today told him that the last time that Ryan dealt with this, it took him about 2 months to return, so they are expecting that same timeline. Then there's Evan Phillips, who has a grade 1 hamstring strain. The hope is that after this 15-day IL stint, he should be back. And then after them, there is Joe Kelly. The news for him came today with being placed on the IL with a right shoulder strain. He did speak with David Vassegh earlier today, guys, and he did say that he's hopeful that it's not going to keep him down too long.
Man, oh man, it's like all the top guys down there, one point or another so far this year, have dealt with something. We're only a month in. Leadoff man on with the single from Josh Bell, and here's Jesus Sanchez, who's 2 for 2. Came in really struggling. Bounces this one up the middle. Betts gets there, throws it to first. Now Freeman will go back to second, not in time. Heck of a pick by Freddie Freeman, by the way, on that bouncing throw from Betts. And Mookie saying, wow, thank you.
Yeah, Mookie had it read correctly, because you want to get the lead runner in a rundown as you record the first out at first. So you're trying to run him back as fast as you can, turn it into a rundown. But the throw being in the dirt and what Freddie did was outstanding. But that eliminated the possibility of getting a double play on a tag. Freddie almost blew a tire coming off of first.
Runner at second, one away. Tim Anderson, who was the #1 hitter in terms of average in the American League over a 4-year span, was hitting .316 2019 to 2022. He was an all-star twice, won a batting title, but he has fallen off a cliff. .245 last year with the worst OPS in the American League, and this year he's at .214, the second worst OPS in the National League. Scarborough's in there and ahead 1-2.
A few years back, the hot stove talk was maybe he would end up getting traded to the Dodgers, that he could be a replacement if you lose Corey Seager, if you lose Trey Turner. And those guys have been gone, and he never got here.
Outman. Nick Gordon had a breakout season a couple years ago in Minnesota and had a good start last year, and then fouled a ball off his shin, broke his leg, ended his season. A lot of times you see guys foul it off their leg or their foot or their knee or whatever, and it's like, man, that hurts, but it's just a nuisance. A season-ending injury. D's younger brother bounces this ball back to Yarborough, and that's going to do it for the Marlins in the 6th. The last 3 games as they try to stay perfect on this homestand. Looking for their 12th win in their last 14 overall. James Outman has one of the home runs, the longest one of his career. Smoked up the middle, knocked down by Villalobos. His throw is in time. What a recovery.
Gonna check on him. Left leg back, like by the heel area. Maybe the calf.
Looks like he's good to go. I'll go make sure. Throw a pitch or two.
He'll be good for the rest of this inning, and then wait till you sit down.
Second major league game. If there's any chance that he's good to go, he's going to say he is.
For sure.
And yeah, that's going to seize up on him.
A little bit. Depends on where it's at, but yeah.
I like his body language. I like his moxie.
I really do.
Local guy pitching at Dodger Stadium. And before his next pitch, we get a quick word from Carl's Jr.
The El Diablo Burger is back for eternity. Only at Carl's Jr. Big burger! Good burger.
Back to the top in bets, who's walked and singled tonight. Coming off one of the best months of his career in April. National League Player of the Month. By WAR, wins above replacement, just all-encompassing stat, how good a player is. April was the second best month of his career. Only August of last year was better. Better than any month in that incredible MVP campaign of 2018 in Boston. And there's the defensive side of it, where the plan was to give him some runway, see how he did, see how he liked it. Andrew Friedman has said that they feel like his defense right now is where they hoped it would be in, say, July, August, as they got into the back end of the year. He's got his second hit of the game. He's on for the third time.
This is a crazy piece of hitting right here, how far he pulls his hands in. And I'm with you on the defense, Joe. He has really improved. He gets to this inside pitch by keeping those hands close to his chest, because then he just turns his hips so quickly to increase the bat speed and hit that line drive.
He's made 4 errors, all of them on throws. The fact that he's not had a fielding error now a month and a half into the season. And he's kind of a snapshot of the entire defense, and that it was a concern coming in, and it's not come to pass, those worries. In fact, the Dodgers are the #1 defensive team in baseball in terms of defensive efficiency, specific to Mookie. When you're looking at defensive runs saved, 3rd in the big leagues, but as a team, the best. Ohtani takes a ball, 1-1.
So many things with this Dodger team were predicted to be good, right? You know, the offense was going to be great. The top 4 hitters going to be great. Pitching staff's going to be deep. Will the pitching staff stay healthy? But if they do, they should be exceptional. What did they say about the defense, Joe?
That it was going to be the weak spot.
Yeah, the Achilles heel of the team.
Some articles written it could hold them back as they try to do what a lot of people think they're gonna. Ball 3 on Ohtani. And it's still early, but man, what was a big concern for a lot of people has been anything but.
Buy low, sell high. The stock in the defense has done that. They are at a good place.
On this 3-1, Ohtani takes a strike. I like it when he doesn't walk, because we get to watch him swing.
3-1 breaking ball. Will he get a 3-2 breaking ball?
Betts has a great lead over there.
Somebody else noticed.
Yeah. You could do something about it. Betts and Ohtani both 8 for 8 in stolen bases, in addition to leading the major leagues 1 and 2 in hits. There he goes. Here it comes. Ball 4 on Ohtani. Robs him of a steal. And the big three in this game have reached 7 of their 10 times up there. Freddie Freeman's 1 out of 3 with a home run. You can have a night where you shut down, say, Mookie and Ohtani, or you shut down Freddie Freeman and Will Smith. How many nights, though, are you going to be able to shut down Betts, Ohtani, Freeman, and Smith? And even if you pull that off, there's a towering fly ball, deep right center field. Sanchez to the track, measures up the wall and makes the grab. After those big four, you've got a guy hitting 5th who homered 3 times on Saturday. You've got a guy hitting 6th who's 3rd in the majors in home runs. Here's Smith.
It is a huge challenge to go through this lineup. This guy wants to reach base because the whole lineup has reached except for him. And he's a good guy to have up there with a runner in scoring position, even though there's 2 outs, because he has been very good with the wrist.
Looking to add a little comfort as this game moves along later. The bullpen being tattered. Ohtani runs and has his 2nd stolen base of the game and his 9th on the season. Chance of the base hit here to really start to get this one chilling on ice.
Will had the same opportunity back in the 4th. This is a repeat.
Second and third, 2 away, 1-2 pitch to short and caught by Anderson. Dodgers strand a couple. Into the late innings we go as they look for their 4th innings, and it doesn't matter what it says. Walker Buehler's back in the big leagues. Shohei Ohtani, another home run, and the Dodgers, as the team, have 4. Vidal Brujan leads off against Ryan Yarbrough. Smacks one to right field that Pages picks off.
Dealing with the lights right there. Did a nice job not panicking, but just changing the angle of his head to keep the ball out of the lights and into the leather.
Catcher Nick Fortes.
1 pitch for the first out here in the 7th. Another catcher, Fortes, out of the 9th spot. Yarbrough's 3rd inning of work took over for Buehler after 4. Only 1 base runner against him. Freeman will make the catch. 2 outs on 2 pitches. That'll do.
That works. This Marlins offense has gotten shut down. They started the game 5 for 10, got 3 runs. Well, since then, they are now 2 for 16 in the last 2 outs on 2 pitches. Freddie's still burning by leaving that runner at 3rd and 2 at bats ago.
Strike on Chisholm, 2 outs on 2 pitches, and then he swings at the first pitch. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, strategy.
It is one, yeah. I'm with you, though.
The look on Freddie's face after catching the pop-up was not that relaxed smile and I love baseball. It was more the I am still grinding on my last 2 at-bats. And I thought there was some anger in the swing when he flew out to deep center, like he wanted to crush one. He's still mad about that at-bat. He swung at the next one, too. All they do is swing in this inning. Got a chance to have a, what would it be, a 5-pitch inning?
Yeah.
Oh, my. That's good for the pitch count. Ah.
6.
Yeah, still counting.
There it is. 6-pitch, 7.
What took so long?
Stretch time in a 6-3 game.
At CN Tower's Edge Walk while on the road in Toronto. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers. That's Friday after the postgame.
Declan Cronin comes in for the Marlins to face Max Muncy in a 6-3 game. Cronin having a breakout season here. Made it to the majors last year with the Chicago White Sox. Had a 9 ERA in 9 games. And he comes to the Marlins. And to see what he's done through 10 games this year. For a one-time 36th round draft pick out of the College of Holy Cross in Worcester. There's 0-2 to Muncy. This is away. Max tonight is 0 for 2, though he did walk.
That 0-2 pitch was a sinker away with good movement, but his put-away pitch this year so far has been his slider.
High fly ball, center field. Chisholm's going back. He's going to have room. Max Muncy's got the #1 slugging in baseball the last 3 weeks. Almost slugged another out of here.
It was a slider, and he almost, instead of making it out deep, he almost put it out of here.
One gone in the 7th. Here's Hernandez. With his 3rd home run in 4 games on this homestand. Here's that home run back in the 3rd. One and 2 on him. Bouncing ball through. He continues to live over there on the right side. More so than ever in his career.
If he keeps it up, they're going to start putting fielders in different positions because he has worn out that hole over there, whether on the ground or in the air.
One on, one out for Pages. If you remember, a few years ago, there was a trade in place that was going to send Jock Peterson and Ross Stripling to the Angels that fell through at the last minute. There was also a teenager in that deal, minor league teenager that nobody ever heard of. And that deal fell through, and it's a good thing because that teenager was this guy, Andy Pages.
Oh, wow.
It had been agreed to that Jock and Stripling and Pages were going to the Angels. They got held up because the Mookie Betts trade happened, and while the Dodgers were finishing that off, Artie Moreno apparently got frustrated with the delay and just nixed the whole thing. Yeah, sorry, Ralph. 6-3 after the double play. At Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Blake Treinen checking a bunch of boxes right away. Made his return to the big leagues yesterday and immediately makes it back-to-back.
11 pitches yesterday, now going back-to-back. He went back-to-back in the minors at the end of his rehab, then had 2 days off and was activated yesterday. So this is his 4th game in 6 days. That is a great sign for how good he feels.
It's a strike on Brian De La Cruz, and yeah, him going back-to-back to finish off his minor league rehab, that was the last thing they were waiting to see him do. And when they saw him look as good as he did on the second day, they said, all right, it's time to do it. And he was impressive yesterday. 11 pitches in that 1-2-3 inning, as you mentioned. Another one of those where just getting back is going to be awesome, but then to look how he looked.
That slider was ridiculous. Bugs Bunny-esque.
Flared to right for Pages, and he's retired all 4 that he's faced.
Well, 3 pitches, 1 out. That reminds me of Yarborough. In his 3 scoreless innings, he averaged only 9 pitches an inning. 26 pitches.
Pretty awesome.
To get 9 outs. Walker Buehler will learn from that and want that kind of ratio, and then he'll end up getting a W in these games, because when they get him 6, the way he's going to throw the ball, going to be a lot of W's for these guys.
Here's another quick one up the middle to Lux. 2 out on 4 pitches.
Well, you're going against the swingingest team in the National League and the chasingest team in the National League. So there's a chance. Is that right?
Yeah, that's so good. I don't know if it's a real word, but it 100% should be if it's not. Chasiness.
Chasiness and swinginess. Look it up, Dr. Kurdusky.
Bell with 2 away. Outside ball 1.
It's not in the New York Times crossword puzzle.
Will be tomorrow. Rewriting it right now. Treinen reverse splits guy in a bullpen that is light on left-handers. Lefties have hit 153 against him since he came to the Dodgers. The 1-1 pitch. Sky high down the line. Overcomes Pages out of room. But 1-2 on Bell. The Osage City, Kansas native. Looking to go 6 up and 6 down in his first games in the big leagues since the division series in 22. The 1-2 to Bell. There's that video game slider.
Well, after Bell swung at the cutter up and in, you got to believe he was going to slow him down and try and make him swing and miss with something slower and bigger, and that was it.
Backdoored it.
Yep. It's actually good that this has taken a few more pitches here. Give him a little endurance. Get used to being out there some more.
Strikes him out. Moves a mile at 93. Back-to-back days. 1, 2, 3 innings for Blake Treinen. Three, bottom of the 8th inning. Anthony Maldonado, the rookies, on the pitch, and he misses away to Gavin Lux.
The guys on the pre and post, they call their shot. I don't know who Jerry called today, but he has a pretty good chance of getting it right today the way they've hit. He's been cold most of the year.
Is that a flex? Because you were awesome when you were in studio.
Well, I only had 3 reps, but I got 2 right.
It's pretty good average.
Yeah.
Put you in the Hall of Fame.
You're in the Shot Call Hall of Fame. Yeah, that's the one I'm shooting for.
Number 33,
Maldonado's 26 years old out of Wellington, Florida. Went to Bethune-Cookman in Daytona Beach. And just debuted this season. James Outman got his first hit in a while. It was an impressive home run, longest home run of his career.
Jerry just texted me.
Okay, who's the shot?
He called James Outman.
Did he?
And here he is at the plate. He's 3 for his last 3, he said, because he's on Ohtani hot, but he switched tonight.
Fly to right field.
Oh, I thought he got one.
No.
Well, he got it earlier.
2 away in the 8th, and before Mookie Betts, we get a quick word from Morongo.
Nick Swardson, hilarious, live May 31st. Get tickets now, Morongo.
Hey, this felt like 2 different games. First 3 innings, it was, I mean, let's see, 6, 9 runs.
Yep.
All 9 runs came in the first 3 innings, and then it was just blown by.
We went from a game that needed the pitch clock to a game that doesn't need the pitch clock.
It's like a podcast on double speed.
Yeah.
Squeaky voice.
2X.
Yep. That's it's a fly ball to left center field, but Gordon will settle under and send this game to the 9th. Dodgers with a 6-3 lead, looking to go 4-0 on this homestand. Back after this message. His team to win the game, 6-3 to the 9th inning.
Hey, you don't know what to improve on until you get out there and do it. And I know he can analyze everything that he did tonight and find those areas, but he was crisp at times, and I know he enjoyed being back.
Dane Myers will pinch hit here for Jesus Sanchez as Alex Vestia comes on, looking for his first save of the year. It's going to be a mix and match for Dave Roberts with Evan Phillips on the injured list. And Vestia is, you know, it's not just Phillips being out. He's earned an opportunity at a save situation, pitching really well. And ahead 0-2.
And when your year starts out a little slow and then you get it going and you're one of the guys, then you still want to know, what do they think of me? Well, out here in a 3-run lead, he knows what they think of him now. It's a big confidence boost to get to pitch in this situation.
And against his old team in the Marlins, team that he debuted for during the COVID season. 10 runs in 4 innings in that debut 2020. Strikeout to open the 9th inning. How did it go so bad so fast? Well, the day after his first game in the big leagues, he tested positive for COVID. And so he's got to spend the next 25 days in a hotel room doing push-ups and whatever he can to stay strong, but struggles to even touch 90 when he comes back and gets absolutely lit up. And he's thinking, man, I can't squander this chance, and gets traded to the Dodgers soon after that. And has been when he's been at his best. A really important part of this bullpen since coming over here. Poured in a strike to Tim Anderson. Flex to right. Here comes Pajes. He's there. How did we get here like that? Did I black out? First 3 innings, Dodger pitchers, that being Buehler, more than 20 pitches per inning, under 10 pitches an inning since. So Buehler's final inning, and then Yarborough, Trinant, and Vestia. And Emmanuel Rivera to pinch hit for Nick Gordon. Strike one, fitting right in off of the bench, hacking away. strike two.
2:07 game time yesterday. This game started like it could have been a 3-hour for sure. Got a chance to be about 2:18.
Well, the first 3 innings, you're right, on pace for a 3-hour game. It took an hour, so we're looking at final 6 innings here in an hour 18.
Yeah, flying.
Oh, 2 pitch. 7 o'clock again tomorrow. Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Edward Cabrera for the Marlins. Dodgers an out away from a 5th consecutive win. 12th in their last 14. Everything has continued to go right. 2-2 from Alex Vesia. That is low.
Wow.
That is full.
Raise your right arm. Yeah, that right arm. You got it right, Shohei.
Payoff. Cracked in the air to center field. Outman on the run to the track. He's got it. Dodgers win their 5th in a row. And how about the bullpen following Walker Buehler tonight? Just 1 base runner over 5 innings of work.
2 hours and 19 minutes later, after Walker Buehler took the mound, the Dodgers win, and he looked fine. This was a very good day. Treinen with his 2nd outing back-to-back looked amazing. Team's on a roll, Joe.
Dodgers hit 4 more home runs. 12 in their last 3 games. Looking like a machine lately. Paul Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew. Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. 6-3 the final score here.